Welcome back. Yeah. Oh man, oh man. It is. It's literally March 8th, 2025. And although the greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th per cannabis, and also to be Bow Wow's birthday on Sunday, March 8th means something very special to me in particular because this means we are 1 year in. We are officially 52 weeks, which means 52 episodes in on Made in the 1980s. And as I contain my excitement, let me tell you off top that I am still, yes, I'm still Kent from the Port. Look at that. Kept the whole name for a whole year. Look at me. And riding shotgun. And of course, logically on a day like today, I got my guy and I want him to introduce himself for you all right now.
It is Wang Day. Please say the damn doodle.
Please say it.
I've been missing.
Yeah.
I've been missing.
yeah. Hey, but you are found.
Hey, never buy an HP computer. I'm just gonna leave that there.
Hey, you know that there's something to be said about that. Even though the Microsoft stock, I think Microsoft is the number one company in the world right now, just beating Apple. But hey, that doesn't mean that all the products are superior.
I'm not feeling the love.
So, man, there's so many things for me to say. Because obviously the first topic of today is going to be a 1 year of Made in the 1980s. What I do want to start off with very briefly is that one, I'm very happy to get to this benchmark, right? 52 episodes, 1 full year of doing this show, because I already do a show, First Black Champ, been doing it for years now. And I have been trying to get something of just my solo brainchild off of the ground for a while. And for whatever reason, I've always stopped. I've just quit. I've become uninterested. I've ran out of conversation for what I felt the underlying topic to be. This is this right here, Made in the 1980s, is kind of like a revamped version of Where's My Finish Line. The very short-lived web series that I was even doing for it was like my Upstart magazine, my Upstart online magazine, Bravado magazine. And as I look at those things, and I look at BehindTheRhyme.com, and I look at First Black Champ, man, I be trying a lot, and a lot of times I'll be failing. And that's cool. That's okay. Because here we are, and I'm 1 year in to something that I think I can grow, I can scale, and I can grow with. I don't think the conversation will stay so niche. I don't believe that this concept of being made in the 1980s is a one-trick pony. And I'm looking forward very much to building off of everything that has been created so far. And and listen, man, I'm happy. Let's leave it at that. I'm happy with the progress of the show so far. I'm happy to always have a sounding board or a rider for the programming whenever I need it. In Wang Dang Doodle, yes, I said the damn doodle. So, thank you to you, sir.
Man,
because I want to say, but at least 37 of these episodes or something like that don't happen without you being here and offering your input and offering me a different perspective on nostalgia and knowing how we grew up together but apart at the same time. Two stories from the same city. It's always great. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Hey, I thank you as well. I don't get to 52. I don't. Well, you know what? I don't think I get to 52 the way I do without you, sir. So I appreciate you, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man. But we not gonna act like this was an easy road for me, man. Like, hey, whether you admit it or not, I was putting you through hell.
No, hey, listen. You know what? With some of the things I've been through in my life, I don't even. This ain't even hot. This ain't even the hottest day of the year. I can show you some hell shit.
Yeah, I started off with some raggedy ass earbuds and a Galaxy phone.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
And you stuck with me though. You ain't
For
give up
sure.
on me, man.
For sure, man. And you know what? That's actually my subtopic for you. And I didn't put this in the notes because I didn't want you to be over prepared for this question I'm about to ask you.
Ah, shit.
You know what I'm saying? Man, how does it feel for you? Because this is technically the start of, well, no, you're in your second year of podcasting between all your other endeavors. You were doing Thick Skin, you did Cry in the Basement, you were developing your own show on the low. I know, spoiler alert, y'all, spoiler alert. And then you were doing Made in the 1980s, and I think on one other show too, right?
Yeah, I'm working on a cooking show.
Yeah, the cooking show.
Yeah, I'm working on a cooking show. But I will say this, in all my other endeavors, this is the one I learned the most on. Like this right here was my learning curve, because even after we was done, like, what they don't know is me and you would still be on the stream an hour later, sometimes talking business, sometimes talking bullshit.
Yeah, for sure. Got to get the reps in.
So I can most definitely say, out of everything that I've been invested in, this has taught me to be better elsewhere.
Oh man,
including
awesome.
being better with you.
Awesome, man. Listen, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So
no, fuck it, I ain't pausing that, nigga. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't like you said something else. You know what I mean? As I look back at May the 1980s, 52 episodes. What do you think is, what personally is your favorite episode so far of the first 52, the first year? What was one of your favorite episodes from May in the 1980s?
Oh man. Rock ballads. Rock ballads was a fun one to do. That was even a fun one to research.
Yeah.
Both Dipset episodes.
Okay.
Both Dipset episodes. And I don't know, when we talked, the one you did the other day about stress. Oh, I done played that one back like 3 times.
Oh wow. Okay.
Since you posted that one.
Okay.
Because a lot of shit that you said in that one, man, that shit like hit home for real. Like, that made me think about a lot of shit.
Oh like, man.
And every time I double back and listen to it, it was something else that I missed. Or better yet, something that gave me a little more clarity on something that I didn't quite understand. I dig it. Hey man, hey, look, you know what? That's awesome, because, and see, this is exactly getting to what I was saying about earlier. So thank you for saying that, because as you know, the name of the show is Made in the 1980s, right? But I think it's important for certain topics to get covered from just a very human aspect. The Am I Stressed episode, I'm like, you know what, people can connect with this whether they believe Mr. T deserved an Oscar or not. You know what I mean? Like whether you know Dipset or not, this is something that, hey, if you were born 80 to 89, you may have not been taught how to deal with your stress, or maybe feel that, you just want somebody to connect with how you feel. So I definitely wanted to like tap into that. And I want to do that often. And I'm going to open up those conversations more, but What I'm trying to do, and I'll give this little tidbit for everybody that's maybe tuning in whenever they decide to tune in. I do those episodes so we can start building that safe space to talk about some real shit. You know what I mean? Like it's not necessarily I don't get too much joy talking about entertainment news in real time. We can talk music all day. I love that. You know what I'm saying? We can talk wrestling. I love talking wrestling. You know, for the movies I know, because I've totally fallen off as a movie buff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and TV shows too. But I'm also a person that is very um I guess anxious, excited, willing to talk about life, because talking about life is important and embracing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, it wasn't one of my favorite episodes, but one I'm definitely gonna do a part two of is the embrace the hate episode. I've been dealing with a lot of hate, you know, just inside, but you know, also with you know, the stress episode and things like that. It's like build those safe spaces so people can get back to feeling what they want to feel and understand that they won't be judged for how they feel in this space that we're creating, because you're a part of a lot of these episodes. So the we create, and if we ever get another person to be the third piece to this, or a fourth piece to this, as the show grows, I want to build a place where the conversation is realer than ever, but it's helpful conversation. You know what I'm saying? We're not just gonna sit here and argue and go back and forth on some bull either. Like like if we gonna talk for an hour, if you're not gonna provide an escape, at least provide a remedy. And that's what I try to master, if I will. And I'm very far from mastering it, but this show, these last 52 episodes, that's definitely the aim for me, for sure.
Hey, like I told you, I ain't ducking no smoke. I'm down. Hey, what the fuck we doing? Goddamn it, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I need to come
Yeah.
down there and slap somebody real quick. Goddamn,
Man, you know, hey, listen. Hey, I mean, hey,
Nigga be
listen.
done.
As the homegirl Carrie Clark used to say, I need to get my bond money up. I need to get my bond money up. Shout out to Carrie Clark.
Shout out to Carrie.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man. So man, hey, look, man, in 1980s, y'all. This is the live show. So feel free to, you know, chime in, chat, whatever. I see people coming in on the you dig, you know what I'm saying? A couple of people fell out, came back in, whatever. But salute to you all. Thank you for joining us this evening, this Saturday night. We Saturday night and live, baby. But unfortunately, we got to get into some very, you know, somber, sad news. Unfortunately, as we get older, pieces of our creativity, our art, our music, our life, they leave us. And there's a list of RIPs I want to get through here in this first segment, because I think it's important to highlight these people and maybe attach ourselves to any fond memories, if any. So I'm gonna start with one which I'm not even gonna front. I've lived in the Chicago area for about a decade, and very aware of this gentleman, but not necessarily very savvy on the music. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get up to speed in his passing. But DJ Funk, a Chicago house legend, he passed away earlier in this week. And I seen some people that I know that are really, really deep in the house community. They were, you know, just paying their respects, sharing their condolences. I was like, man, like that's rough. You know, Chicago, until I got older and started realizing that Jersey, you know, did house, and you know, go-go music was also called house in DC for a while. Chicago house was all the house I knew.
Yeah.
So so you know what I'm saying? So outside of DJ Cashmere, because I'll never forget my cousin Corey bought DJ Cashmere. So that's the only DJ, the house DJ I knew by like name before like going out there. But and you know, there's so many other you know, legends in the Chicago house space, but definitely want to just pay respects to DJ Funk, and just you know, again, sincere prayers and condolences to his family and true friends. I think that's so super important to highlight that in that way. How about you, sir? Anything that you have for DJ Funk?
Most definitely did a lot of footwork and juke in the DJ Funk.
Yeah, because this is high key your bag.
This was my bag. This was my teenage bag. Yeah, dude. Yeah, house music was for a long period of time in my life. Like house music, because like you said, you was like, you knew DJ Funk, man, Funk, Sluggo, D-Man, Waxmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, that was my bag. Like, literally, like I would play this. I would play house music. Like I would have a DJ Funk. I don't even know if you call it a mixtape back then, but I would have like
it's
a
definitely a
DJ
mixtape back then.
And one thing that was always dope about Chicago house mixtapes, they were never plain Jane. They were always super vibrant, colorful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, like the motherfucker be pink and yellow.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Like that. But no, dude, yes. R.I.P. DJ Funk, man. Like,
yeah,
dude, he weighed heavy on my childhood.
Yeah,
as far as the dance scene, absolutely.
For sure. Yeah, that's house music, Chicago house music. That's where you get the other purple tape. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to Raekwon. You know what I'm saying? But that's the other purple tape might be over there. You did. And of course, we gotta get to and the shoot the R&B, but also, man, big piece of the hip hop world. If you really look back at her career, R.I.P. Angie Stone. Angie Stone passed early in this week, man. That was very shocking in a car accident. The first thing I thought about is, those planes were dropping, kind of like left and right there for that 1 week, but we never really truly, and people are so scared to fly, but yet car accidents for a very long time before cancer and obesity took over. Car accidents were the number one cause of death of Americans, and unfortunately, an accident took Angie Stone's life. I obviously I got hip to her in the 90s, mid to late 90s, but to go back and check out how long she'd been in the game, and you know what I'm saying, and how the group, I think it's a Sequin, I want to say it right, but how Sequin was the kind of the gap, that bridge between disco and hip hop, and how her voice is on a lot of those records. Very, very integral piece to the music that we're listening today. And and also, not for nothing, this might be one of the first positive black man anthems of our era, with Black Brother. Because I mean, obviously we know what Curtis Mayfield did, and we know James Brown and Public Enemy. So so maybe, but we still like kids. But like when we get a sense of pride, like post Million Man March, it's the Million Man March and then Angie Stone. Like that's that's kind of where we come in. Like, oh yeah, Black Power. Like like, you know what I'm saying? Man, very disappointing to hear that she had passed. She was on the way to sing the national anthem somewhere, at a game, I believe. I forget what the game is, but I mean, obviously that's not important at all. But definitely want to get into her catalog some more, and just pay homage to her the right way at the right time, because it's never a wrong time to pay homage to some of our greats, but it's unfortunate that we highlight it in passing. I will say that she did remind me of. I also think of Angie Stone. Excuse me. I also think of Angie Stone, and I think of D'Angelo's first two albums. You know what I'm saying? That they're just kind of synonymous to me. Angie Stone and D'Angelo's first two albums. So yeah, man. And again, condolences. Rest in peace. Any words for Angie Stone?
I mean, tragic, of course, but I would be lying to say that I was like extremely on top of Angie Stone back then in that day. at the peak of her career.
Yeah.
Let me say, because that's when I was not the best person in life. So I mean, like, knew of her commercial music, but I wasn't in the whip banging Angie Stone. I'm not going to act like I was.
Hey, and that's fine too. I love that you said that, because that's how I knew people were when Nipsey was unfortunately killed. But yet people were online talking like they had been listening to him like forever. Only a handful of people kept it real about, hey, not like, hey, I know who that is, or I heard of that person, or it's like, oh, I don't know one song from dude, and that's okay too. I think sometimes, especially with artists, it's important to, if you didn't know who they were and you do have some interest, to go back and visit the catalog, visit their classic, visit their debut, visit their last project, whatever it is, because the art is here for a reason. If nothing else, I personally believe, nobody else has to believe this, but I believe that a person that is creating anything artistically is doing it to leave some kind of footprint on the earth. And it doesn't matter if it's a physical, copy of a project, or if it's a digital copy of a project, or a painting, or, if you weave in a blanket, or whatever you're doing. I think whenever you create, you're just contributing a footprint. Just say like, hey, I was here and this is how I felt, or this is what I was going through. This is what I saw. And it's okay to trace that back. I mean, hey, we weren't here for dinosaurs, but there's archaeologists. You know what I mean? Like, so there's nothing wrong with going back. Fronting is always a problem. Never be out here fronting.
Say that again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fronting is never cool. Again, I always rewind back to Nipsey, because and I do salute a couple people that have their own platforms and everything. That was like, yo, I'm not sure who this Nipsey Hussle dude is, but he going viral right now, and I don't even know who he is. And I'm like, respect. This is who he was. You know what I mean? So like, it's important to get to that, but like, don't be like, oh man, he was a legend, he was gonna be the greatest. It's like, yeah, bro, like, I can already tell that you literally just learned who he was 2 hours ago.
Hey, when Nick passed, you the one that said, hey, listen to this album.
Yeah.
And then I'm listening to it, was just like, okay, I see why everybody was fucking with dude. But one thing I did find funny, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful manner at all.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago, my cousin Keith, shout out Coach Keith, had a studio in an extra room at his mom's crib. We used to go over there and get drunk and just play with the studio equipment.
Okay.
And me and my cousin Will, we decided to do an album together.
Hey, there we go.
And we literally decided we're going to do this album. We're going to pick beats, and we're going to freestyle over every track. Mind you, neither one of us rap.
Okay. Y'all taking the real litmus test.
Neither one of us have the ability to rap. And I'm listening to Nip, and I'm like, I indirectly have the exact same flow as Nipsey Hussle. I wasn't talking about shit.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But me and Nipsey Hussle had the same flow, and I'm like, that is interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Now imagine if you concentrated and wrote it down. You know what I'm saying?
Like, hey, I don't know, I found that funny, but yeah, that's off topic.
Yeah, no, hey, listen, no, that's very important. But see, hey, you know what? But that even just knowing that, for a peace of mind, you know what I mean? Like, that's just something that you can take. It's like, wow, you know what? Subconsciously, like, I love this flow because shoot, I'll be using it. Like, like whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is. And now, hey, I think this is also a great segue because I mean, unfortunately, another legend in the black music space passed with Roy Ayers. Roy Ayers. A lot of times, especially early, I used to get Roy Ayers and Gil Scott-Heron confused, and I think that's what my mom did, talking about pioneer hip hop. I was like, I think you mean Gil Scott-Heron, but rest in peace. But now Roy Ayers. Now check this out again. Now look, because we keep it a rack here on our show. I'm not going to act like I knew who Roy Ayers was in his real time prime, because we weren't alive yet.
Right.
I don't even think my dad met my mom when he was rocking out here. I don't even believe he met her. But how I became familiar with Roy Ayers is through Common albums. Well, back when Common was Common Sense. Because he would use some of the samples from different joints. I might do a sample kind of tribute live for him, like maybe next week or something like that. I want to plan it and do it right. And then also he was like, I felt the vibe like Roy Ayers, and I was just like, who is that? I'm like, he said that on the song, like, who is that? I want to feel the vibe like Roy Ayers. And then and so I went to dig into his catalog, and I was like, oh, this is where Mary got that from, or where Diddy got that from. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's I love hip hop, right? But I do as again, even as I just revisit and relearn and re-educate myself on music that I even heard the first time as a kid or teen or whatever, is like, man, we need more musicians. We really need more musicians. Because like music is starting to sound the same, because you don't have people on the keys and another person on the guitar and another person on the bass and somebody playing the maracas and like the cymbal or the tambourine. Yeah, I was gonna say tangerine. I'm bad. Tambourine, and then the harp. Like, there is so much to be gained artistically, creatively, emotionally from musicians coming together to jam. I just watched the Yacht Rock documentary again earlier today, while I was healing from this 5K. And we can talk about that next summer if y'all want to. But I just think about all of these different bands, all these different musicians, people like Roy Ayers that, you know, they eventually stopped creating, or at least they were out of the mainstream, and we tried to replace them with machines and samples and interpolations of what they already done. It's like, man, it's wild to say it out loud, but I mean, this could be the hottest take y'all want. This could be the hottest take of 2025. But if we don't get some new musicians to come up with some new sounds, black music specifically is going to die. It is going to die. We need to get people in these spaces playing instruments again. Shoot, I want to pick up an instrument again just to give people some different sounds. But yeah, man, I'm very I'm alarmed by that, because great pieces of our music have left us in the last 5 years specifically. And it's not looking good when everybody else is buying new equipment and software. Just saying.
It's crazy that you say that about picking up an instrument. Because the 15th of February, I bought a bass guitar.
Hey, let's do it.
And I get my first lesson Tuesday.
Nice. There we go. Hey, look, there we go.
Dude, I told you I wasn't bullshitting this shit.
I dig it.
But no, I completely agree with you. Like, how many more composers do we have left?
Man, it's
like, we are running out of composers.
For sure.
And you can only flip it so many times.
Right.
Because it's going to get flipped so many times, you're going to lose the original.
Yeah. Yep. I totally agree. And
And I played a song for my daughter the other day, and she oh, that's so and so's song. No,
right.
no, it's not even his, but
right.
But
Yeah, because now, hey, listen, I listen to a tinge of radio every once in a while now, terrestrial radio. And every once in a while, somebody will come out with a song. But our kids are learning that sample is the sample of the original, or that sample is the sample of the original. And it's like, damn, we're 3 generations in on this sample. Like,
yes.
Yuck, we need new sounds.
But that also says a lot about that era, 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call timeless music.
For sure.
Like 60s, 70s, 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because after 90s, everything was just being recycled over and over and over.
Yeah.
Like, Everybody Needs Some Sunshine has easily been sampled 400 plus times. And I'm not even being sarcastic.
Yeah. And the thing is, people take the actual melody, they repurpose the hook. Like even Fat Joe, take a look at my life and you can see that I'm from the Bronx where it's known to hear the heat clap. It's just like, man, everybody uses it. And we just, man, we need new sounds. And this is why, for all of our melanated listeners, this is why it is important to listen to other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have listened to AZ and Alanis Morissette. You should have listened to Metallica and Method Man. You should have been, you know what I'm saying? Like, get yourself with Good Charlotte, Green Day, Limp Bizkit, but also Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, and Nas. Like, it just, everything should have been available to you. You should have listened to Fiona Apple, you know what I mean? And Anita Baker or Luther Vandross or whoever. So, because at least there's a level of instrumentation, there's a level of musicianship that existed. So, yeah, that's always going to be important to me. Rest in peace, Roy Ayers. And now for the one that's going to hit closest to home for both of us. Because earlier of this exact week, it was announced that Dwayne from Tony was in hospice. And I was like, whoa, they were just on tour.
Right.
And I was low-key salty I didn't get to see it. I'm not gonna cap here like they're my favorite group of all time, but I would have wanted to see that. Just see how great they are live, because I never saw Tony live. And then now fast forward, and I want to say maybe within 48 hours of that reporting, he's unfortunately passed away. So Dwayne of Tony has passed away. I think he was 65 years old.
Yeah, you hit me with that news while I was at work. So I mean, I'm not on my phone like that, you know. What? Because see, I didn't even know he was in hospice.
Yeah. It was like a very quick report. That I actually heard it through the Joe Budden podcast, but then like I saw like a quick like post of it, because I think a family member actually posted it, or I think Raphael Sadiq posted it, I think. So that's how I literally knew. So I was like, oh, this gotta be real, because I'm like, you know, Shade Room ain't post this. Not when I see it and seen it anyway.
Yeah, dude, like that one, because as far as Tony goes, my favorite song was sang by him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, damn, like I even used to be childish and flip it. Instead of saying Dwayne, I would say Wayne Dang.
What
childish
makes
shit.
you think that I would try to run the
Run the
game
game
on
on
you?
you. So it's my name is Wayne Dang.
Wang dang. Yeah, that's hilarious. But no, hey, listen, hey, you know what? Because he's been in the news lately. I remember going to the Drake versus Wayne show. And you know that's when they're doing the kind of like the Street Fighter like back and forth show.
Uh-huh.
I saw them in Indianapolis, and Wayne came out to that, and he was like, so, and they were like, what makes you think that I would try to run the game on you just to show us my name is Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne, Lil. I'm really. I was like, oh shit. I was like, whoa. I was like, I'm not even a fan, but that was hard.
But you know what? Wayne did flip that on a song.
Mhm.
I said I'm gangster, you know, just to show
Oh
us
yeah,
my
that's right.
way. Yeah, Wayne that flipped that as well, like in real time.
Yeah, yep. Hey, so I was like, wow, like that's. I was like, that's pretty dope. I was like, you know what? I don't really mess with you. I don't really mess with you. But like, hey, look, I respect dopeness. Like when you do something dope, I'm going to shoot respect. Like that's all I can do. You know what I mean? So
If you
that
don't, you're a
was,
hater.
you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? But man, you know, Tony, literally one of the groups. Here's some nostalgia for you. For a while, for their especially their first album, I always associated Tony with A Different World. You know why? Let's dig into the mental Rolodex just a little bit.
I don't like that when you said that it made sense.
See? Yeah.
Like shit, but wait, it does, but why?
Hey, Lil Walter.
Little Walter.
Sinbad was in the
Sinbad.
in the video. And like so for their whole first album, I always associated Tony with A Different World because of the Hey Lil Walter video.
Yes, I always associated that song with Walter Hayward, R.I.P.
Yeah, Walter Ray, yeah, Walt Baby Love.
Yeah, I always associated that song. I didn't know that was their very first song.
Yeah.
Like that was the song that got them.
Oh yeah.
But I also always categorized them as the kings of neo soul.
Okay. All right.
Like,
Let's talk about it.
Like always felt like Tony was the birth of something that we didn't even know we were going to have yet.
You know what? I'm not mad at that take for a few reasons, because they were kind of like that gap even between New Jack Swing and just your like mid-tempo R&B, because it didn't really sound like either of them really.
Right.
So that, hey man, wow. No, I think you just gamed us with that. I think you gamed us with that.
Think about it. Like think about the way they carried themselves, the way they presented themselves. And then you compare that to a D'Angelo, a Music Soul Child, Raheem Devon. Like it kind of just, I don't know, it just always felt like
they didn't like fruit off that tree.
In the late 80s, early 90s that they didn't like Yacht Rock. Yacht Rock didn't get dubbed Yacht Rock till 2005.
Right, exactly.
So it's just like these three gentlemen was already on the neo soul bandwagon, not even knowing that that's what they were doing, and it just got dubbed neo soul late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Hey, listen. Yeah, I have no retort. I actually wholeheartedly agree with that. Now, thinking back at it, because when you listen to Just Me and You, where you listen to Whatever You Want, Anniversary, like those are like, you could definitely hear a Jill Scott doing that. That could definitely be something that Jay Dilla would have produced, or Bilal would sing. You know what I mean? So yeah. No, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. The second thing that I associate Tony with, as far as our childhood goes, Saturday morning cleaning. and cookouts, family only cookouts though, like with Uncle Butch on the grill and Tony playing. It's not the family reunion pick. Not saying that it can't be, but usually Tony is playing in an intimate setting. That's kind of like that. That's the kickback. That's all cousins.
Yeah.
That's when they play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, y'all know what's up with that Tony. You real like, you know, it's like that's what that is. So yeah,
so
man.
how old was you when you found out that it wasn't 3 men named Tony?
Oh man, so now I'm a big Video Soul head. So I actually knew this kind of early. Because that Donnie Simpson had interviewed them, I think after they had just like performed It Feels Good, I think, when it just dropped. And then because you know that Donnie Simpson always had the cool way of asking you the question about your name. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, so the group is Tony, but ain't nobody in the group named Tony. I was like, wait, what? and then they broke down their name and for each derivative of the word Tony and how they used it. It was some like super psychedelic, like artsy music answer that Raphael Sadiq gave. I was like, oh wow, that's hard. Like I don't remember it to this day. I remember him giving the answer, but I don't remember what the answer was. But it was dope.
I'm gonna use my Google later.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because I'm pretty sure it was Donnie Simpson on Video Soul. And they were premiering, I think It Feels Good, but there should be a Tony interview with Donnie Simpson and him asking them about their name and how they got it. And his explanation was like, oh wow, they really ahead of the game here. Like even as a kid, I was like, oh wow, I would have never thought of that. So, but yeah, no, it was but it's dope, man. Obviously, thoughts and prayers for Raphael Sadiq. That's his brother, I believe. Well, he has his brother.
Yeah.
Man, wow. You know, they did one last tour together, and I don't remember Tony being the most touring group. I could be dead wrong on that, but
I thought they were always touring, but Raphael Sadiq didn't do the touring with them. They had somebody else singing lead.
Okay, maybe that's what it is then.
The next question I was going to ask you was Raphael Sadiq touring with them.
Yeah, so I do think on this last one he was. I think I didn't go, but I think from the people that saw it, that they said that all the original members were there.
Okay, that would have been a show I would have wanted to see.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing against the other gentleman because I don't know his name. Matter of fact, the only reason I know that Raphael Sadiq had been touring with them is because he had did a Breakfast Club interview a couple of years back, and he kind of shit on fam. So he shot a jab at fam, and so I was just like. Then he also said that he hadn't toured with them since the 90s.
So okay, so yeah, so and you know what, and you know how we are. I mean, but and for good reason with some of these groups, because I'm not seeing whatever version of 112 that exists, no. but unfortunately, because Raphael Sadiq for a long time was the face of the group outside of, again, one of their biggest songs, one of their best songs, but unfortunately, if you want to hear It Feels Good, when you want to hear Anniversary, when you want to hear Hey Lil Walter, Raphael's the lead. So it's like, damn, well, I don't know if I want to hear somebody else singing it, like, you know what I mean? So, whatever version of that is of 112 light, great value 112, you know what I'm saying? All these versions of 112, the group that ain't got Q or Slim in it. I mean, no, I'm sorry, they ain't got Slim or Duran in it. No, I'm not never watching you guys.
Super.
Hey, listen. If there's ever a day when Cisco is not in Drew Hill, I will never see y'all. Just want to be clear. If let there ever be a poster popping up in 112 and Cisco ain't on it.
Oh,
I'll be damned if you get a dime from me.
In 2 weeks, we can sit down and talk about this show because I'm going to see him on the 29th.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we can most definitely sit down and talk about that.
For sure. Hey, listen, hey, it's so many members in Drew Hill that they should just be a different group name by this time.
They should.
Because and the thing is, hey, but you know what? I heard them acapella. They nice. They just need to come up with 7 to 10 new songs under a new name, and I will purchase it.
I mean, but we gotta look at it like this though. Can we really beat up on them like that? Because New Edition did the same thing.
Yeah, but New Edition kept everybody high key though. Like there's only one.
They kept everybody, and they just kept adding.
Yeah, there's only one album without Bobby. There's only one album without Johnny.
You're right. You're right.
Like it's still 6 of them. Like it's only 6 members of Boyz II Men. I mean, I'm sorry, New Edition with Boyz II Men. hey, and they kept it G. It's only 3 of them.
So
Mike can come back. So yeah. So now you know. Now look, now what they doing with the trademarks and how they always. What I respect about New Edition too is that whenever they ain't all 6 of them, they a different group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Belle Biv DeVoe, and then it's Heads of State, I think it is, and then it's RBRM. I was like, oh, Roddy, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, nigga. I was like, oh, okay. Like, that's our group name. Fine, I'll mess with it. Hey, that's fine. That's fine with me. We can do that. Like it's when you try to go like if Johnny Gill was in LSG and then they went and grabbed Case and said, "No, we New Edition." I'm like, okay, now you can get the fuck out of here. We're not doing that.
Yeah. No,
we're not doing that. Like if Johnny and Ronnie DeVoe go grab Levert, Sweat, and Case, I'm like, no, y'all not New Edition, bro.
No,
I'm never going for that.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, nasty work, and that's what 112 doing. They are some nasty work. The 2 dudes that I don't remember them singing more than 2 verses on 3 albums is in the group with 2 other people.
Hey, bills got to get paid, fam.
Hey, straight up, but relax. Hey, but relax. Oh man,
bills got to get paid.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, made in the 1980s. You know what? Hey, we're almost 1 hour in. I gotta show y'all the chart because the chart just got real. Why? Because we just hit 250 subscribers this week on YouTube. Let me show you the chart. You know what I'm saying? Hey. And that 250, we gotta get to 1,000. But one gift, if you will, one giveaway has been unlocked. So listen, I want you to hit that link. I put it in the comments of the YouTube channel because that's the only place you can win. Even though you might be able to see it if you want Twitch. Shout out to my man Worldwide Wimpy. We went to ICB together. Salute to him. Great personality. And we're gonna get to that next, sir. Don't you worry. Hit up the register to win form, submit your general information, and you can pick my next review if you are selected from the register to win link. So yes, I've been doing music reviews every Tuesday. While doing it last week, I realized that it's 2025, which will make the year 2000 25 years ago. There's a lot of albums I got to cover from just the year 2000. And I wish I would have thought about this. I wish I would have planned for this better because I'm already going to dig back in the crates. We're going to go back to January. I think it's January 25th of 2000. And again, not so ironically, that marks the 25th anniversary of D'Angelo's Voodoo album. And no way can I not rehash that one because that is one of my favorite R&B albums ever. That album is when I was dying on the hill of I think D'Angelo is better at R&B than R. Kelly. this is the wrong thing to say in Northern Illinois in 2000, but I did it. Okay, I did it because nobody can tell me what to think or feel. I do what I want. and I was like, nah, I mean, listen, I'm not saying dude stuff ain't catchy, but hey, listen, I really do enjoy Voodoo over TP2.com. That's just me. That's just me. I hated Fiesta. So
that was blasphemous to say in the Midwest.
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like you literally you wanted to walk outside and just start throwing hands saying shit like that.
Hey, listen. I got super dismissed. So I said something about D'Angelo in 2000 about just being like my top guy in R&B, and people just like dead ass laugh. It was like the naked nigga, and I was just like, all right, okay. I was like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you, folks. Screw y'all. I hate everybody. So, but man, but regardless of all of that, man, that's still a dope album. It's still the test of time. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about how dope that album was to me, and how that was really for me the true introduction of the will be known as the Soulquarians movement. I attribute that album, and specifically The Roots Things Fall Apart, which came out in 1999, as the two albums that kind of like solidified where that movement was going. So I don't know if it's going to be for sure this next Tuesday, because I want to talk about a newer artist, or maybe I might do a couple artists, but pretty soon though, because there's another March album anniversary I got to do. So we might be taking a break from new album reviews, or maybe y'all gonna get like 2 or 3 lives from me a week. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But yes, it's that time, Wang. We are about 1 hour into the show. Again, shout out to my man Worldwide Wimpy. Shout out to Wimpy. He's cool. He's saying, allow me to retort. What is he retorting, ladies and gentlemen? He's retorting my thought, my hypothesis, my theory, if you will, that 80s rock is the greatest era of music ever. Now, his retort is, allow me to retort that 70s rock is the greatest era ever. What I want to tell you, Wimpy, off the rip, you got the toughest fight, because 70s rock is up there for me. It's tough. It's tough. That you want a hard out. You want a hard out in any music conversation. 70s rock is holding that title as well. Because shit, you could say Slide the Family Stone counts as rock in the 70s. You could say some of the Barcades records is you know what I'm saying, rock. Of course, you got the Eagles. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot going on in the 70s as far as that rock. I mean, hey, look, that's Hendrix. Like, well, not necessarily peak Hendrix, but he in there. He crossed over into that 70s pot for sure. Beatles are still rocking in the 70s. So it's difficult, but still gonna go with the 80s. What we got, Wang? I see your wheels turning. What we got?
I don't think you realize how long or how many days I've been pondering that question. and I'm going to openly say that, yes, I did everything in my power to find a way to argue with you. I was hell-bent. No, I have to find something that I can argue with him just for the sake of argument.
Yeah, hey, I get it.
I got nothing.
Hey, listen.
Because see, I wanted so badly to lead into 90s R&B.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like 90s R&B superseded every decade of R&B.
Okay. I'm
Like
not mad at that either.
Like even the stuff that's coming out now, we slowly getting back into that OG R&B bag.
Mm-hmm.
But when people started being overly graphic, I kind of
yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's overkill.
That's just me. You know.
No, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. Let's pause right there. Now I'm gonna let you pick up your thought after this. And see why is that to me is because we put R. Kelly at the top. I think while there was an influx of love songs, 60s, 70s, even 80s, when we got to the 90s, we went from dating, courting, pursuing, and making love to 90s. Okay, we meeting up and we fucking. And now we doing that, but now we buying you things and we getting done wrong. Like, not saying that some of those same topics weren't not saying that some of those topics weren't prevalent in music prior, but like again, one of the first reasons why I didn't like Jagged Edge is because of Keys to the Range. Like I just didn't like I hate that song. I hate that song. It's like, yo, come on, man. Like, it's like, what y'all? I was like, what are y'all talking about?
We did. I mean, we came up with Orange Juice Jones.
Hey, but his pimp hand was going crazy at the end of that.
Pimp hand was crazy. But that's what I mean. Orange Juice Jones, I bitch, you gonna break bad? Cool.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to take her car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like, give me your keys. Come on, dog.
But Jagged Edge was always saying some dumbass shit in their songs, though. Don't get me wrong, I fuck with Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of the song, but that nigga, one of the twins, ad-libbed, "Give me my CD."
Yo, give me my CD is wild. Give me my CD is wild.
What the fuck was the name of that song? I want to say it was on Jagged Little Thrill or Jagged Little Pill, which I think it was.
Because that was the one.
J.E. Heartbreak. It might have been J.E. Heartbreak, but the nigga ad-libbed, "Give me my CD." Nigga, really? Nigga, don't say that dumb. Why you say that stupid ass shit? Why Jermaine Dupri ain't take that shit out?
Man, hey, because they was getting some wild stuff off. Hey, listen, hey. A Jagged Edge song I love. I bought J.E. Heartbreak. No, I didn't. I had it burned. But because that was the LimeWire era. Come on.
LimeWire years.
I was like, yo, I'm not buying the Keys to the Range, dude, like album. So I got the copy of it. And hey, He Can't Love You is an amazing song. But it started off on the wildest Dirty Mac intro ever. The whole time was like, I ain't no hater or nothing. But he can't love you like I can. Ooh, I'm like, okay, wait, hold on.
When you said I ain't gonna hate or nothing, nigga, you started hating.
Right. It was like, no, but that's literally hate. What you're saying is hate. It's literally what it is.
Hey, but one of my favorite Jagged Edge songs though is a simp ass song. Was Best Man.
Okay.
I mean, it's a simple ass song, but that's probably easily one of my top 3 favorite Jagged Edge songs.
Hey, but you know what? But look, simping in R&B is super important because that is like you gotta like you can simp when you can really sing, like because the twins they cold vocally, they be doing their thing. You can get as much simp stuff as you want off as long as the vocals is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like you got it. Shout out to my man Caleb real quick. Shout out to Caleb. He said, "Hey, there's no taste no more." That's because as he's happening on the R&B portion of the conversation here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's hard to find taste. Like people are, man, again, hey, it's that machines. I do. If y'all ain't checked out the Yacht Rock documentary, I recommend checking it out. But even if you check out just like the 40 Years of Thriller or 40 Years of Off the Wall, if you check out the Beatles 7 days a week, I watch a lot of music documentaries. And the one thing I do learn about all of these documentaries is that when you get the right set of musicians together, they make incredible things happen. And that's instrumentation, that's timing, different pockets, melodies, cadences, and then the singing and how they're feeding off the energy in there. It's just a different type of vibe, bro. And unfortunately, with there being no taste no more, it's because we've made music too mechanical and not emotional enough anymore. That's my personal take right there.
I agree with you on that one. And because we're talking about Jagged Edge, Jagged Edge is one of their last albums. The intro had like a couple R&B artists talking about the difference between rap music and R&B.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady was saying, and I don't know who the lady was that was speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume she was an artist though.
Mm-hmm.
She says, rap music is of the moment. R&B takes time.
Mm.
These labels ain't giving these artists time.
That's a fact, though.
To create a sound album anymore. They have we need you to drop that yesterday.
Yeah.
So now shit is just being rushed.
Yeah. No. Hey, listen.
Cause one of my favorite artists is her. One thing I had to realize about her, you're gonna wait for that album.
Oh yeah.
But it's gonna be solid every time.
Yeah. And see, and I'll take that because I feel that you should be giving me some music that I want to listen to for the rest of the year. Like at minimum, especially if I'm gonna buy your project, if I'm gonna purchase it, that means like if I buy it March 8th, I want to be able to go back to it July 8th and be like, yeah, no, this still fire, or yeah, no, this is why I bought it. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing to this day. I would just go down the rabbit hole of just an album I've already purchased, something I already have. Shout out to my man Philip Banks. You know what I'm saying? Russell, he chimed in. He said, "Round and Round." They killed that one. That's a JE joint, right? I believe that's what you're talking about. So. Yeah. Shoot, yeah, man.
But hey, no. Let's get back to this 80s rock.
For sure. Hey, listen, 80s rock is the greatest era of music ever. Worldwide, Wimpy, my man Wimpy. He got a great argument here with 70s rock. There's a lot, but listen, I knew people would be able to retort, you know, because like sometimes we do this for the real music lovers, Wang. You know what I'm saying? We only do it for the people that really love music. Hey, again, like, hey, for instance, like 70s rock, one of my favorite songs from the 70s is One of These Nights by the Eagles. I so hate that wasn't out in 1985 because I'm like, oh, y'all can never win. But I'm like, Hotel California 70s, you know what I mean? Like, so I get it. Don't get me wrong, I get it. But before I get into my I got a verses list and I got an alternative verses list, and this is the obvious pack. This ain't even the smoke everybody pack. Like, well, no, it's gonna smoke a lot of packs. But and shout out to Jones if he watching, because I asked him actually to be on this show. Because
I was waiting for
him. Because Jones, I love Jones. But he was on put 90s hip hop up against 80s rock. I was like, bro, you really love rap music to think you're gonna get it done. Like, hey, look, you can only keep your head up once, brother. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Juicy got to play one time, bro. It's like I'm gonna get that out the paint real quick. Let me tell you. So I wanted him to be a part of the show, but he's unfortunately working. But he's gonna try to listen in. But the reason why I have 80s rock at the top of the list is because I think that's when rock music hit its apex. Meaning that it got so diverse, and specifically the 80s, that it's undeniable. It got so big, but then it got so broad that it covered just too much time, too much life, too much history. 80s is soft rock, it's metal, it's I think it's still death metal is still out, but then you got rock pop, it's rock country. Like there's so many just different layers. Hip hop and rock are fused together in this. And I'm like, these are the songs. And granted, obviously, we made it in the 1980s here, so we're a tad biased, but the numbers don't lie either. Like, see, that's the other piece. The 80s rock era, I believe, I could be wrong, and this is not singularly to one act, but one era. I believe they're also the most successful era of music at one time. And
I can see that.
you know what I'm saying? And just in case y'all wondering, I'm gonna give y'all some of the songs, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to see, you know what I'm saying, who want to take this Pepsi challenge, you dig? So Wang, you're on record of you tried, but you out.
I even cheated. I even cheated. And I was bringing people in on this.
Yeah, it's all good.
Help me put together this formula to combat this argument. Nothing.
So wait, what was the consensus? I got to know. This is a great story. This is a great story in the build up. So you sat there, you heard me say 80s rock is the greatest era ever, and then you were like, damn, I'm racking my brain. Let me call XYZ. And then y'all pile up, and what happened?
Okay. So it all depends on who I was talking to.
Okay.
Because like we had the one conversation where you ask somebody and they say, I don't listen to that white shit.
See?
I got a lot of that.
Yeah, see?
I got a lot of that.
and that's why we don't talk music with everybody. See? Bing.
So I went to my go-to person.
Okay.
My sister.
Okay.
And I said, do I have a valid argument comparing 80s rock and roll to 90s R&B? She says, yes, you have an argument, but it's going to be a very short one.
Yeah.
You're only going to be able to put up that fight for a short while. Yeah. And you're going to run out of ammunition. I'm like, why is that? She said, because majority of what you're going to get coming out of the 90s is going to come from Babyface, Teddy Riley, and R. Kelly.
Yep.
After that, you're cooked.
Yeah.
Because they either wrote it, composed it, wrote it and composed it, and performed it. Then what?
Yeah. Hey,
like, fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, hey, Boyz II Men too. Shout to Penn because he hates Boyz II Men. Don't know why. You're bugging. But Boyz II Men 2 album, phenomenal. But Babyface wrote like 85% of it. So it's like, and the songs stack up. But the thing is, like she's saying, like, we're gonna get to my list. It's haymaker season. We in here like Butterbean. We in here like Butterbean. Okay, but then we're gonna switch to some Muhammad Ali shit though. So we gonna get to it. But my guy Caleb chiming back and he said definitely most modern movies are playing 80s rock in their films. And see, I'm glad Caleb brought this up because yes, you know, there's hit records, but then there's some of the most classic movies of the decade had soundtracks, and those soundtracks produced some of the biggest hits that did also happen to be rock music. So as I do all of this, let me just run y'all down my first verses list. This is my go-to. This is my smoking on your era pack right here. And I think that I'm being nice, and I gave a few people a chance to maybe get a couple rounds in. But this is just first run of joints. Let's say Swizz and Timberland call me and say, man, we heard y'all on Made in the 1980s. Great show, by the way, fellas. Talking about how 80s rock is the greatest genre ever, or the greatest era ever. We want you to do a versus. So bring your 20 against another 20 of any other era, and let's see who wins. Wang, I want to tell you this. If that happens, I'd be super prepared. And what I want you to do is you can either just throw on a song, hey, any song, any era, just songs that you love.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna tell you my list in this order that I think is gonna get that song, no matter what, the fuck out of here.
So I don't have to stay in a specific decade.
Don't have to stay in it. Nope. Don't have to stay in it.
Does it have to be a certain genre? Just not rock.
Nope. Hey, yeah, yep. It's just, oh no, it can be in the air. Sasha, what up? She tuning in. Yeah, y'all deep tonight, man. We appreciate y'all. So no, hey, listen, I don't care if you want to go with a 90s hip-hop song, and then you want to go to 2000s R&B, but you want to go back to Motown, and then, I don't care. I don't even care. You want to play country, bring out a Bonnie Raitt hit, or bring up Dolly Parton 9 to 5. I got something to get that out of here.
Okay. You're cocky with it, okay? I like it.
Sure.
I like it. Okay, let's start with let's start with R. Kelly 12 play.
Okay. Like the song, not the album. We just song for song.
The song.
Okay. R. Kelly 12 play. I'm gonna go Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl. Round one. Nice stiff cross from one of y'all. Hey, look. Hey.
Find a woman like that.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. I know y'all love Kels. He can't get Rick Springfield out of here with that. He can't do that.
I don't want to start off with something light.
For sure. No, it's all good.
Let's go. Shit. Because I got to pick up the pace.
It's all good.
Let me see. So that everybody was fucking with.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I mean, hey, look, for everybody, keep it scarred. Got Rick Springfield up with Jesse's Girls. 80s rock is up 1 point. We 1-0.
Because I'm curious, because you said it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go Tupac. Keep your head up.
Okay. Van Halen. Jump. Get it out of here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, hey, Tupac care, because don't nobody else care. All right. Like, hey, look, I'm going Van Halen Jump. So now since I feel I'm up to, right, I'm gonna give you the song to pair against this. Because these are my guys. Rest in peace to the legend, too. The Cars, You Might Think. Now, I know for some of y'all that might be, you might have to get that round up. But listen, You Might Think is one of the first 80s songs that I've ever learned. I remember singing this in the car, and my mom was Brown Pontiac two-door. I love this song.
Give me the melody of that song.
Okay, you might think I'm foolish to spend my time with you. You might think I'm crazy. All I want is you. Do 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 do. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Okay, shit.
See, hey, look, hey, it sounds easy. It sounds easy when I open the field. Pick anything.
Give me Rex in Effect, Rump Shaker.
Oh, okay. Hey, look, if we go on videos, they definitely got the better video. You smoked me on the video.
That was the video.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Respect the tip drill, but Rump Shaker will always be the #1 video for me.
Oh yeah.
Those were regular women in Virginia. Oh man. Okay. So now you got your wheels turning a little bit. We 3 rounds in. You know what? Listen, I'll say it's 2-1. I'll give you the cars. Maybe people don't like the cars as much as I do. Maybe they don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you that one. I'll give you Rump Shaker over You Might Think. What else you got?
Let's go with. See, I don't want to use that one, man, because that's kind of.
You're going to have to throw the haymakers, bro. You're going to have to throw them. You're going to have to throw the haymakers. You got to.
See, I don't want to use that one because I kind of incorporate that one with rock.
Okay. I mean, hey, look, but as long as it's not 80s, you good. As long as you're not 80s, you good. You can do 90s rock versus 80s rock.
See, I'm not sure when it dropped, and okay. I don't feel like looking it up either. But
what's the joint off top? Maybe I know.
I was going to use Mike Dirty Diana.
Oh no, that's 87.
Okay. I knew it was either late 80s or early 90s.
Hey, look, hey, spoiler alert. That's on my B team.
That's on the B team.
That's on the B team.
Oh shit!
I got Dirty Diana on the B team. That's what I'm saying. Hey, and that's the point I'm making. Dirty Diana can make the B team, but it's one of the better records of any other genre.
Oh yeah, you losing your fucking mind right now if Dirty Diana made the B team.
Hey, you know what?
You got Dirty Diana in the G League?
No, just the B team. Now, G League would be like, what's the joint? Oh, no, you know what? G League would be Michael Jackson's version of "Come Together" by the Beatles.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
But if that's the G League though.
That's the fucking G League.
If that's the G League of 80s rock, we got a problem.
Okay. Give me Usher Superstar.
Oh, the Rolling Stones, Start Me Up. Come on, let's fucking go. Let's go. Come on. The Rolling Stones, Start Me Up. Hey, Usher, shit. Bye, Usher. Yeah, get out of here.
Okay, let's stay with Usher Seduction.
Oh, Simple Minds. Don't you forget about me. You may have known it from the title track on the Breakfast Club movie. Let's go. Let's go. Simple Minds. Don't forget about me. Get that shit out of here. Yeah, you better. You should have threw my way to make this look a little bit more of a contest. You should throw out nice and slow.
Fuck.
Yo, let's go. Hey, listen, don't get it.
Okay, let me see.
Let's do it.
See, I gotta get out of my personal bag.
That's okay.
Because see, that's the only way I'm gonna be able to compete with this list. I gotta get out of what I consider my favorite music.
For sure. Hey, listen,
let's do.
Clip is far from empty, y'all.
Shit. And then you put me on the spot.
I can't wait to let this round go.
You ain't even give me time to prepare for this one.
That's true. And you know what? You're right.
I'm hitting you with shit. No, it's cool. We here now. We here now.
You're right. No, but you're right though.
I most definitely wish I could have put together a list, but
for sure.
But we here now because I really
we're gonna revisit this. We're gonna revisit this, and we'll do it more like more structured. I'll let you pick an era, and then I pick an era. Well, I'm gonna pick 80s rock. Spoiler alert, because that's the new Pepsi challenge. All right, that's the new Pepsi challenge, y'all. All made in 1980s listeners. Listen, y'all want to. I'm giving Wang some grace here because I put him on the spot. So I'm letting them pick any song from any era to match up with my 80s rock list. So far, I believe I'm up 4-1. I'm giving them the cards, even though I don't think that song beat the cards you might think. I don't believe so. But I'm willing to give up a round because I came back with Van Halen and the Rolling Stones and Simple Minds. So don't hey, check this out.
I did not realize how much of a cheat code 80s rock was until I sat down with people and tried to decipher if I can even put up a fight.
Hey.
Like, it's such a cheat code because rock and roll was everywhere in the 80s. Country wasn't what it is today. Hip hop wasn't that yet. Rock and roll was everywhere, and regardless of what genre of music you did, a lot of people don't even want to believe it.
Yeah. Hey, and
Prince was a rock and roll artist.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that one part. What'd you say?
Prince was a rock and roll artist.
Yeah. Hey. Yes. So and unlike hip hop and rap, once they took the throne, the music actually got better. Like once it became oversaturated, once rock was everywhere, greater music got produced. Versus like now, not saying that all music is bad because I love a lot of rap music, so don't get me messed up. But the value and the fruit of the lyricism, instrumentation, it's all just down. It's just down. Not saying that there's no great spots, that there's no great artists, because obviously the biggest rapper of 2024, the biggest artist of 2024 was a rapper. His name was Kendrick Lamar. So I'm not absent-minded of that. But the run that the 80s rock genre went on is unprecedented. Wang, I'm just gonna push you in the corner, hit the mega flurry on you, brother. Look, this is the rest. This is the rest of my A team. We only give you the A team, and then we'll regroup. We'll do another one. Maybe we'll
beat up on me with the bench warmers.
Yeah, no. Oh no. I'm gonna throw out the rest of this list, and then since you'll be more prepared, I'm just gonna recraft it because I got over 40 songs here off the rip. So, my next round though, I was gonna go with U2. I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then in case you got a little froggy, you know what I'm saying? Because we forget about U2. U2 been around a long time. and that was the one. That was the one that popped for them in the 80s. Then if you got a little froggy, I was gonna go Cyndi Lauper, Time After Time.
Time after time.
You was a little soft rock in there for you. Because people forget this.
Didn't that make the song? Didn't that make the rock ballad list?
Yes, it did. Ode to the Power Ballad. Y'all check that episode out. We talked about that in detail. Then, hey, listen, The Police. Every Breath You Take. Listen. We going crazy. And then out of nowhere, and you brought them up. And usually this would be in somebody's like last three, but we talking 80s rock, so I can put it like right here around the middle. I got Prince Purple Rain. I got Prince Purple Rain in the first 10.
And that's like I said, when I actually sat back and I thought about you and Jones back and forth.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I need a team of different minds to help me combat this, because this is going to be almost impossible to do with one brain.
Hey, listen, man.
Sorry about that.
No, you're all good.
But I'm trying to figure out how to hear this. Shut the notifications off. This me off, honestly. But
yeah, it's all good.
But the fact that you can pull multiple Mike songs out of your bag, multiple Prince songs out of your bag, you can dive into the Run DMC bag. You can, like, it's endless for 80s rock.
Yeah. So
like, let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, let's go.
It's a rap song. Straight Outta Compton was rock. Heavy rock. Shout out to Tech Nine. But
hey, yeah.
Like, it even passed. Like, come on, like, it's everywhere.
Listen, Bryan Adams, Heaven. You know how I feel about that. One of my favorite power ballads. Then look, just when you thought, oh, he ain't gonna do it but name a bunch of hits that everybody even know and always remember. Here's the uppercut. Tina Turner, We Don't Need Another Hero. From Mad Max. Yo, listen. Tina Turner. Then Huey Lewis in the News. Power of Love. Back to the Future soundtrack. Ping, ping, boom. That's what we doing. Then I got your mans on the list. Let me see if you know when I say I got your mans on the list here.
It's only one of two
in the bottom 10. Well, who you thinking off the rip when I say your mans is on the list next?
You talking about my man Phil?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In the air of the night on my list. Yo, it's on there. And because I know wrestling fans, especially new young wrestling fans, y'all might be thinking, oh, this song is new. But it ain't. It's been around for a minute. And I had to check the year just to make sure I wouldn't trip. I'm going to go Live in Color. Cult of Personality. CM Punk. Hey, listen.
I didn't know. I didn't know that was an actual song until like maybe 10 years ago.
Really?
I did not.
Dog, listen.
I used to just automatically assume that a wrestler's entrance song was a one-off.
Yeah, for sure. No, I get you.
Yeah, I just always felt that they was one-offs.
Yeah. No, Live in Color. Keep in mind, I knew about Live in Color, again, watching a lot of MTV and BET. And I want to say they tried to play Live in Color maybe twice on BET. And that's how I saw them. But immediately, oddly enough, too, I associate a lot of their music with like skaters, like the Tony Hawk era. Like, but Cult of Personality was definitely on in the 80s. Hey, ZOK. It was on there. Yeah, it was on there. All right. And then so look, so now I'm down to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I got 6 more songs, Wang. And honestly, after here, it's just over. If it was a tie, somewhere at 14-14, it's now gonna be 20-14. It's gonna be 20-14 after this. And I do want to. No, I'm gonna highlight that after I read the list. I'm gonna highlight it after I read the list. Because after Living Color, Cult of Personality, I got Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle. I got Queen, Another One Bites the Dust. Got Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer.
My shit.
I got Michael Jackson, Beat It. I got Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. And Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
Don't stop believing.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. What are we saying? How can you beat that? Hey, and be clear, I didn't use one artist twice. I didn't use one twice because I knew somebody was gonna be like, "Oh no, you cheated! You just got a bunch of Mike and Prince songs." No, I didn't. I didn't give y'all When Doves Cry on there. I didn't give y'all Kiss. I didn't do it.
Hey,
I didn't do it.
Like I said, I tried to create a fucking Voltron team to combat it and got nowhere.
Hey, man. Hey, tough out. It's a tough out. You know what I'm saying? And, listen, I'm not saying that I know all there is to ever know about music, but man, listen, there was something about that sweet spot of 80s rock that is it's unprecedented. It's unprecedented because even rock got more soulful in the 80s. When you think about that transition of, right, like you have Motown and then country. And then it's like, but then of course before that's like doo-wop and all that, right? But as you get to Motown and country with rock in there, it's kind of all in their different worlds. But then in the 70s, there's some fusion. There's some fusion, but then disco kind of takes over. So, and then you got disco. So then you got disco, rock, soul music, because the Motown sound is its own era, but now even that's changing. Because now you got the Islas, you got Teddy, you got Isaac Hayes. So there's other just composers that exist now, and they're just doing different things. But then you get to that crazy mashup, which is now called yacht rock, which is what jazz, rock, pop, and R&B all fused together.
Right.
Disco is dying, and hip hop is coming out. And that's the energy that we're going into 1980 with. It's just a perfect storm for whatever you're trying to do. And that's what makes the genre so hard to beat. That's what makes the era so hard to beat, is because in 1977 and 1979, music is going to change drastically 2 more times. And then Thriller's going to come out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then Purple Rain is going to come out. See, that's the thing. Like, it's a tough out. And I'm open. Anybody want to take the 80s rock era challenge? I'm with it. We'll shoot the link. We'll set it up. Let's go.
Let me answer this one I got asked today, though.
Okay.
VERZUZ.
Mm-hmm.
Casey and the Sunshine Band versus Kool in the Gang.
Mm. Wow, that's interesting. Ooh. Off the rip, I still want to go Kool in the Gang because I don't think there's an answer for Joanna. I don't think there's an answer for it.
My difference maker was Kool in the Gang, and it was Summer Madness.
So, yeah, see?
That's what set everything apart for me.
For sure. So now, because I'm with you on that, and I don't think there's an answer for Joanna. So they up 2 off the rip for me.
but hey, I ain't gonna lie though, it fucked me up because when I got hit with the question, I started playing a couple Kool in the Gang joints, and I started playing because at first I'm like Kool in the Gang, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Until I dove into the Casey and the Sunshine Band bag, and I was like, "Whoa!"
You know,
hold
they
on.
got some bangers.
They got some heat.
They got some bangers. Yeah, no, undoubtedly. Y'all can think they only was that shake your booty if you want to. You can think that's all that's over there if you want.
They was in their bag.
Yeah.
No, I can't wait to learn how to play this fucking bass guitar. Goddamn shit. I don't even want to be in a band. I just want to play other people's shit.
Hey, listen. No, that's the ill part about the learning process is learning the other songs and how you can flip them. You know what I'm saying?
I want to play other people's shit, and then I want to. Bro, I'm getting old, and I find myself wanting to do old people shit.
Hey,
I want to sit on my front porch, on my porch swing, with my amplifier turned up halfway. Just have an old jam session to myself.
Yeah, hey, listen. I get it.
Just do some old nigga shit.
Right. hey, right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, wait, whatever I do to stay out the way and stay alive, I'm with it. Let's run it up. Let's do it. That's it for me. Oh man. Well, this has been fun. This has been a lot of fun. Hey, listen.
Dude, this year has been fun.
Yes, absolutely.
But absolutely. I remember you said, and I want to say you said most podcasts end after 20 episodes.
Should be able to actually 7.
Bro, we've done that over and over and over. I haven't been here every week consistently due to reasons that I couldn't control.
Yeah, for sure.
Still glad that you dealt with my bullshit.
hey,
this stupid ass computer.
Listen, the content is always top priority for me. And for me, I'm moving a million miles a minute in my own mind a lot of times when it comes to stuff like this. So no worries. You don't even understand that sometimes when you couldn't do the show, it actually helped me get to other ideas I had written down already, or things I was like, oh, this was at the front of my mind anyway, and I didn't want to make this uncomfortable. So let me talk about this because I got a free moment. So, I mean, hey, there's technically no lost episodes, y'all. But there was some that I redrafted because I was like, not yet. Yeah, but one day we're gonna get to it, and I look forward to it. I look forward to this next year. One more year made in 1980s. We will have better merch options. I would love to work with a local printer somewhere, hopefully in Nashville, but if not, it's cool. And man, we plan to keep this thing going, keep this thing rocking and rolling. this is just the beginning of the trademark brand that is Made in the 1980s. So, hey, even if you don't dig the podcast, something's coming up you're going to be digging. That's all I'll say.
Facts.
Long
Facts.
story short. So, since we're over a year in, and even though I would love to build a bigger audience, but I can't wait till there's a reason to do a live show. That's an aggressive goal that I want. I want to do some. I want to do some kind of artistic collaboration merch give back, to where somebody creates a special Made in 1980s piece of merch, and we sell it, and we help somebody. I don't know what we're gonna help them do. I don't know if it's pay their rent, buy a car, buy your books for school, help with a certification. I don't know. Just something that I think about often, because obviously, as you give us your time, we want to give back to you all in some way, shape, or form. And we're going to continue to do that. So, yeah, hey, listen, I'm just looking forward to it. 2025, man, a new year. I don't want to say a new season, but it's pretty much a new season of Made in the 1980s on the way. And hey, man, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in this last year, these last 52 weeks. And because even though it's live, you got to know that always and consensually, it's love.